1901, my grandparents came to South Africa after having served for about 4 years in the country that is now Zimbabwe. At that time it was called Rhodesia. And while he was in Johannesburg working in that particular job assignment, he saw these thousands of African men who were coming from countries all over the subcontinent of Africa to work in the gold mines. His heart was immediately challenged, and the Lord laid a call upon his heart, which became his burning mission in life. He ministered to the men in the gold mines from that time, 1901, through 1956, when the Lord called him home. And from that ministry, converts who were discipled and prepared went back to their home areas, planted churches. Our church in Mozambique is a result of that church planting effort by those returning gold miners. All of the churches that are there, which at the 1975 conference, the number of churches that reported there were over 100 churches, and they were all planted by returning gold miners.
During decades of civil war and spiritual oppression from communist leaders, the church in Mozambique had little opportunity for training or for obtaining discipleship materials. With peace established in 1992, the door was opened for missionaries to come and work alongside the church.
When God sent us to Mozambique in 1995, we never imagined how rapidly His plan for theological education in that Southeast African country would unfold. The leaders of the Wesleyan Church in Mozambique commissioned us to establish a theological training college in Xai-Xai near the Indian Ocean to train leaders for a new day in Mozambique. We worked closely with national church leaders in securing land and planning for the development of the Bible College campus, while we trusted the Lord to supply the needed funding.
When the Indiana Central District Superintendent led a team of ministers to Mozambique to conduct a leadership training seminar, they were captured by the thrilling prospect of ministry and the unusual openness to the gospel in this country. After returning to Indiana, they felt led to begin a financial partnership to assist the Mozambican church with the construction of the Bible College. At their annual district missions banquet, the missions committee raised more than $10,000 to get the project started.
The March 2000 target date to begin construction had to be postponed for more than 6 months when 2 consecutive cyclones dumped millions of gallons of water on southern Mozambique, causing the most serious flooding in living memory. The Lord gave us the opportunity to demonstrate His love through ministries of compassion among the flood victims, which led to open doors for evangelism. New churches were planted in various communities where flood victims were resettled. Students who had come to Xai-Xai for theological training were later assigned to pastoral ministry in some of these newly established churches.
In October 2000, the long-anticipated construction finally got underway.
This work was greatly enhanced by the hands-on ministry of work teams from various districts in the United States and Canada. Sensing the urgent need for trained pastors and church planters, the National Board of Administration authorized us to admit the first intake of students in February 2002. The Lord opened the way for 32 students to be enrolled that first year.
In 2002, I was fortunate enough to be a part of a team that went to Mozambique to put on 1 week of seminars with the first class at the Xai-Xai Bible College. Also, we made beds and installed closets. In 2003, a group from Indiana Central District was a part of the Jesus Film team that took the Jesus film, the Word of Jesus, the story of Jesus, into the northern parts of Mozambique for the first time north of the Zambezi River.
I ask you that, do you believe really that Jesus Christ have the power to give you the new life? And he say, I believe.
The Xai-Xai district leaders provided the opportunity for the students to serve in various ministry assignments.
Among the highlights of the 2003 academic year was the joy of seeing 2 new churches planted by students in communities where the evangelistic thrust was spearheaded by Jesus film showings. At Ngulu, the local chief committed his life to Christ as a result of the anointed preaching of a student minister, Moses Magaya, and donated a piece of land for a Wesleyan church to be built. Another student minister, January Nsenani, responded to the spiritual need of the flood relief community Macheleni and planted a church where more than 70 people have come to Christ.
In the end of 2003, we were assigned to Shai where God opened another door of opportunity. Karen and I worked alongside of the Bible school staff, teaching and building relationships with the 47 students who were studying to be leaders in the church. 2 of the Bible school students, Moses and Dagmira Magaya, are a young couple from the city of Beira in central Mozambique. God opened the door so that Moses and I were given permission to plant a church on donated land in the area of Finsaleni on the outskirts of Shai. On the first day, Moses and some students went out to visit. 8 people accepted Christ. On the second day, 20 people accepted Christ. We began holding services the following Sunday under a mango tree. The Jesus film was shown the following weekend and more people accepted Christ. For 2 months, Moses held discipleship classes, and later in the year, 28 people were baptized.
In 2005, Dr. Emery had the honor of being the speaker at the first graduating class of Shai Bible College. In 2006, a team that consisted of pastors and lay people went to Shai Bible College and put on seminars for 150 pastors and students from all over Mozambique. The team that went in 2006 also had the privilege of being a part of a Jesus film showing in a little village of Chisano, Mozambique. That evening, a church was started with 300 new people that made a decision to follow Christ. A team from Indiana Central District went over in 2007 and built a church underneath that mango tree for that new church plant of Chisano, Mozambique.
I want to say thank you for all people who provided his funds for building this church, for building this wonderful church for our people here.
So much has been accomplished in the last 7 years of the partnership with Mozambique. So many new lives have come to Christ. So many churches have been planted. So many pastors have been trained and prepared to nurture the people of Mozambique into a mature walk with the Lord. But what does the future hold? Shai is out of capacity. We currently have 64 students attending Shai Bible College. The National Ministry Center in Maputo needs to be completed so that Bible school classes can be held there in Maputo. We have a big problem up in northern Mozambique in the Nampula area. We have so many young pastors, people being called to full-time ministry. The need for a Bible school in the northern part of Mozambique is great. We as Indiana Central District have started something that is bigger than all of us. And only God can make it possible. We need for people to go to Mozambique to help train to do seminars. We need builders to go over and build. We need prayer warriors to intercede. We've just begun in Mozambique. And only with your prayers and your dollars and your skills and abilities will we complete the job that God has started.